In other news tonight, a collective of 60 community organizations and churches are demanding local and state leaders protect immigrants and advocates. They even have some ideas on how that can be done. Graham 2's Shannon Mowdy explains tonight. Shannon?
The Community Collective put out a list of 7 demands for state and local governments and law enforcement. It all comes just after a June 11th protest over the detainment of 2 men, which led to several more arrests. 9 people still face federal charges after protesting the immigration detention of 2 men in June. Now, a collective voice is calling for those charges to be dropped among a list of other demands.
I saw a young woman in pain shoved to the ground by an officer in riot gear for adjusting her cuffs.
Amy Manning was one of those protesting.
Many of us were held in cuffs for more than 4 hours. Some of us were held in sweltering vans and not allowed to use restrooms.
She and others now demand local law enforcement protect the right to peacefully protest with transparency and de-escalation.
A committed response that's transparent, collaborative, and clear for protesters, because that day was also, it wasn't really clear who was in charge, and we were given a lot of conflicting direction.
The group says they want immigrants protected from the Trump administration, asking for local and state government to do more.
To support legislation requiring ICE agents to identify themselves and provide judicial warrants.
People are being disappeared, not just here in Spokane, but across our state and across our nation. We would like to see due process for everyone. It's in the Constitution.
Spokane City Council member Paul Dillon says it may take creativity and policy to make it happen.
And to look at what are the policy levers that we can pull that are constitutional. That will stand.
He points to the original Safe and Welcome in Spokane ordinance from 2018, which bars immigration agents from warrantless access to non-public city property.
Of what country are you a citizen?
Arrests and checks of buses led to public outcry and the original version of the city law.
So there's precedence, I think, for the city, for the state, taking on the Trump administration and winning.
Council recently updated the law to provide protection at private events on city property. Border Patrol did respond, saying its agents follow federal law which supersedes that of the state or city, and that warrants are not required for arrests of those unlawfully in the country. Crumb 2 News reached out to the city, county, and local law enforcement for their response on these demands. Aaron Hutt with Mayor Lisa Brown's office says they have met with some members of this group. They're looking into creating a community fund for emergency aid for immigrant populations. Shannon Mowdy, Crumb 2 News.